this is Liz. Welcome to my little urban homestead. I'm making some pillow shams for Irene who had the quilt off me, and so they match. So I've come up with this design and quilted a panel and made it into a pillowcase. So I thought I'd show you how I did that. I've been using I use my normal wadding batting for the quilted panel, but for the body of the pillow sham I've used fabric that has got like a fleecy backing attached to it, and that to give the front a bit more of a padding. The back is just plain fabric, but that's one of them. I'll go through the next one with you. This is that fabric I told you about. It's very similar to the front of it, an ivory colour, but there's this fleece on the back of it, and it just adds that extra bit to it. So to do this, you don't have to go all fancy and do a quilted panel. I did because she wanted it matching the quilt that she's got. You can use just plain fabric. You don't need to quilt it, and you don't need to put this quilted this padded material on it. You can just do 2 layers thick, because some pillowcases you buy, they're that thin you can see the pillow through it, and especially if it's got lines on the pillow insert, you can see them through the pillowcase. So I like doing mine lined, and in this case they're lined with this fabric that's got a padding to it. Right, enough said on that. She sent me the sizes through for the pillow she's got, and they are 20 inches by 30. So this is what I worked out. Because of seam allowances, it's about 20.5 to 21 height. Your panel can be any size you want it to be, width wise. This is approximately total of 10 inches, but you can have it wherever. I finished it off, I quilted, you can see through here, I quilted it all, and then I've put a backing on it so it looks nice and smooth on it. And that's the front, and that's the back. So with this being the front, I've now got a front piece. It's just plain fabric. So now I'm going to attach the panel to the main body of the pillow, and this is about 21-22 inches. I'd rather have too much and have to cut it down than not enough. So I'm basically going to pin where I want it to be. And I've got right sides together there. Just put 3 pins in, flip it over. Now we want this backing fabric. and we want the backing fabric with its not its wadding side or its fabric side next to it. So we're sandwiching that panel in between both layers. And then I'm going to repin and then stitch it down there. And I'll show you when that's done. So I sewed them together with the panel sandwiched in between. So now there's the panel, the top fabric and the padded fabric with this wadding in the middle. I also laid it out completely flat and did a line of stitching just there to help it to lay flatter and not be too bunched around here, because you've got your seam allowance there with the wadding that you used, well I used in the panel, and that fabric which is backed with fleece. And then I've trimmed it all exactly to shape. So that's how it is there. Now we get the back fabric. I've got a piece here and it's approximately 8 inches longer than my pillow front. No, I'd say about 10 inches longer than my pillow front. I made sure the selvage was on the end and threads everywhere. And I just turned it over the once, because with it being the selvage, it's not going to fray. If it was a cut edge like this, that you can see does fray, I would turn it over and then over again to enclose that raw edge. But as it's a selvage, I've just done the one. So now you want that right side down, and here is what's going to be my bottom, the bit that we've turned up, that's going to be the top where the flap is. We now want the pillow front laid on the fabric. Yes, it's a bit bigger, but as I've told you before, I prefer bigger than smaller. So that's how I want it at the moment. Couple of pins just in the bottom corner, just to hold it in place so they don't move on you. Back up to this top bit where the panel is. You now get your flap and fold it over, and I try and line it up with the stitches here, and because it's thick with wadding batting, I just put clips to hold it in place more or less exactly where I want it. And I'll take it to the sewing machine and go from the top that's folding over your flap, so all the way down alongside, across the bottom, and then all the way back up again. To neaten the edge, if you have a serger, which I have, I'll be serging those edges as well to neaten them up and help stop fraying. If you haven't got a serger, then just do the exact same but with the zigzag stitch on your sewing machine. And when I've done that, it'll be done. Easy peasy. So I have serged all the way around. Well, I sewed together and then serged all the way around on 3 sides. I do like serging because one, it neatens up the edges lovely, and two, I think it's a very professional look. But now all you do is find that flap, because you've not sewn across the end where your panel is. Find the flap and just turn it. So there it is. And then put your hands inside the pillow. Well, pillow, case pillow, Sham. And turn again. And there, let me come around this side. I hope this camera has picked it up. The camera angle is right. So I'm not doing it again. Not for a while. Anyway. But get a pokey tool, poke out your corners. And that is the other one to match this one. If you're putting anything in with a direction, make sure that it's the right way around, because you don't want 2 identical ones, because you tend to have either the flaps facing outwards on your bed or inwards. So either they will be that way round, so they will be that way round, whether it's in next to one another or on the ends. So you want your directions to be the same. So I made, see, once the back is there, one, the back is there. This embroidered flower I put in the middle. I put it exactly so if you 2 pillowcases meet up together, they're going the same way. If you have them on the outside, they will be going the same way as well. So they are identical. I'm waffling. Thank you. Bye.